It's the worst mass shooting on a military base in U.S. history. But victims of the Fort Hood massacres say it should be known as the worst terrorist attack since 9/11. George Thomas reports.
Army Major Nidal Hassan admits to opening fire at Fort Hood Army Base and killing 13 people.
I went in line to see the doctor, and then that was when the shooting happened.
Hassan says it was all in an effort to stop U.S. soldiers from going to Afghanistan and killing his fellow Muslims. But the attack was tried as a case of workplace violence and not as an act of terror. Now 150 victims and their families are suing the U.S. government. They say the designation of workplace violence robbed them of long-term benefits and made them ineligible to receive the Purple Heart, an award given to those wounded or killed in combat.
I have to think about my children, I have to think about my wife, and I have to think about where I'm going to be in 30 years. Whether I'm going to be able to work, whether I'm going to be able to walk. I have to think about these things.
Senator Susan Collins plans to introduce a bill next week that would ensure the families get the compensation they deserve.
For the administration to persist in treating this as if it were an act of workplace violence is an absolute outrage and disrespectful to the many victims.
Military experts say the government really had no option but to try the case as workplace violence. The crime happened on a military base, so it had to face a court-martial. It would have to have been transferred to civil courts for a terror charge to be possible. Even so, the American Center for Law and Justice is also joining the victims' fight. They've sent a letter to both President Obama and Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel, demanding that the U.S. recognize the attack on Fort Hood for what it truly was, calling it, quote, an actual battlefield in the ongoing war against Al-Qaeda. George Thomas, CBN News.